Hello everyone, it's me, Natalie. Welcome to my channel, Find Joy in the Journey. Today, I am going to plant out my garlic. That is something I normally do in October, but I got sidetracked with so many other things, not garden related, just life in general. It was so much going on that I had to kind of balance my time in the garden and dealing with, look, life keeps lifing, right? Okay. So there was so much I had to do and so many things I had to take care of um, that I got sidetracked and I didn't get my garlic planted out in October like I wanted to. But come on, it's November 1st. Come on, just one. Come on, it's okay. We're good. We're good. So in the beginning of the video, you saw me inside the house. I started inside the house preparing my garlic. I wasn't speaking because everybody's still asleep and I didn't want to disturb them. So I quietly worked on the first step of preparing my garlic to be planted out. That first step is to, of course, you peel the garlic. You take off that fine, thin layer. I try to be very careful because sometimes you'll accidentally pull off the entire outer skin and expose the actual garlic clove in there. You can't use those, okay, because that protective, thin protective skin is needed, okay, because if not, it'll probably disintegrate or kind of rot in the soil. But that outer layer, that thin layer, will protect it. So, you remove that first thin layer, you break the bulb up into separate cloves, right? And you saw that inside the house. But then I soaked it in a solution of hydrogen peroxide and water for 15 minutes. That is to disinfect the garlic. That's how I learned to do it. So 15 minutes soaking in water and hydrogen peroxide. And then I have it out here on paper towels right here on the table behind you. The next step is to soak it for 15 minutes in the fish fertilizer, the 511 fish fertilizer. So that's what I'm about to do now. And also, I actually need to prepare an area to plant the garlic. I'm not going to do all of that on camera. I may get started and show you what I'm doing. And I'm going to choose which containers I'm going to use. I'm thinking of grow bags, and I have that large whiskey barrel planter. Remember the one that was over here? That was with perfect soil sitting there just waiting to be used. I mean, good, sandy, dark, rich soil. And I believe I used that exact container to grow garlic last year. So I'm going to use that same soil, just kind of revitalize it, add some more perlite. It was already good and sandy. I like to use sand, but definitely the perlite. And then I'm going to add some more nutrients. So I'm going to put some fertilizer in there and get it ready. Oh, and compost. Compost. That's important. And compost. So I'm going to get that container together for sure. And I'm thinking of pulling out at least 2 of my 15-gallon grow bags for the other garlic. Because you want to kind of place them at least, they said 4 to 6 inches apart. So yeah, you want to place it about 4 to 6, so I need something with a wide rim so I can space them. Okay, so I'm going to do that also. I'm going to get that started. So, all right, you guys, here we go. Come along with me. Okay, so I got the 511 fish fertilizer, and I placed it in a larger bowl first so I can kind of let it dissolve. And then I'm going to pour a little in here to try not to make a mess, and a little in this bowl over here. So I have 3 bowls. Okay. All right. I'm trying not to make a mess. Get this out of the way. Look, I am wearing my son's little sweatpants. I just grabbed whatever that was in the basket. Okay, let's do it this way. I think the bigger ones could do like that. Okay, and I'm trying to keep it separated because we have the elephant garlic here. All right, let this soak here. Get a little closer so you can see. Okay, elephant garlic in there, right? 15 minutes. And then this one, this is Dugansky hardneck garlic. All right, this is my first time trying hardneck garlic, to grow hardneck garlic. And it's also, well, actually, you know what? I've always grown hardneck garlic because guess what? The elephant garlic. If you saw when I was breaking up the bulb of garlic, the elephant garlic had that stem that when you know it's hardneck garlic. There's soft neck garlic and hard neck garlic, right? The soft neck does not have that stem in the middle. And normally I get grocery store garlic and it's soft neck. That's what you find in the grocery store. And there's no stem in the middle. I grow that and I grow the elephant garlic. That's what I normally grow. This is my first time actually purchasing like a seed garlic, from a nursery. And this is definitely hardneck garlic. It actually says it on the package, and you saw that stem in the middle, right? So I always say I've never grown hardneck before, but actually I have because I noticed that with the elephant garlic, it had that stem in the middle, right? So this is the Dugansky, and that's going to be in the second container over here. I'm leaving a little paper towel there because when it's done soaking, then I'll just place it right back on that same paper towel. This one is Purple Glazer. I'm going to show you the little card. Okay. All right, I'm going to let it soak 15 minutes. If it goes over 15 minutes, I don't think it's that big of a deal. So now I'm going to go out and start working on the container. I'm sorry, guys. I had to start all over because I realized I have the mic on, but I also had my little fan around my neck. Let me straighten up the camera. And all you could hear me because this is a great mic. I like this new mic. I just got it, so it's a new mic. So my sound will be much better, and I apologize for my prior videos where you couldn't hear me well. Lesson learned. Get a good mic. But I had to start over because I had my little neck fan on. Look, it's fall, but in Louisiana, it's still warm. Okay, I changed out of I had on my son's sweatpants. I just grabbed his sweatpants out of the basket the laundry basket, because I thought it's going to be cool out here. I want to make sure that I'm warm and I'm not too cold. So I grabbed those sweatpants, and baby, thought I was having a hot flash. I had to go and switch out. I put on my little capris, so I feel so much better now. And I did put the little neck fan on me, but I can't use the neck fan, not while I'm recording, because the mic is right here. Okay, so just to tell you what I said in the video before I had to start over, I chose these two whiskey barrel planters for some of my garlic. This one is that one that I showed you that I got from over there in the middle of the garden that had been sitting there for months. I grew garlic in this whiskey barrel container or planter last season. And after I harvested that garlic, the container, because it's so heavy, that was probably the main reason. It's so heavy, and I had a lot of moving around and shuffling to do. And so it just I just moved it off to the side and left it there. And for the entire spring and summer, this container has sat in the middle over there, in the middle of the garden, untouched, still covered in mulch. And I finally said, let me see what's going on. Just last week or so, I finally said, let me see what's going on with this. And then when I removed that mulch and started digging around, I saw this beautiful, beautiful black gold. That is good, rich soil, just waiting to be used. So guess what? I'm going to use it for my garlic again this year. And then I have this planter where I had my I think I had a cherry tomato plant in this one. And so this soil is good and rich also. I did add a little tiny bit of sand to this one. I mixed in some sand, okay? And I added compost. I did it in the video before I realized that I had that fan around my neck, and the mic was all you could hear was the fan. You could hear me. This is a really good mic. You could hear me, but also you could hear the fan. So this is the compost. I'm not showing any name brand or anything. Look, I'm not affiliated with anyone but Vejiga. And I have an announcement about Vejiga also. I think it's something you may want to stick around and hear. It's about these Vejiga raised garden beds. Okay, I might do a giveaway. I want to bless somebody with one of these beautiful raised garden beds. So stay tuned and I will talk about that. I'm still trying to figure out which one I should get. What, you know, I just want to bless somebody with one. So we'll talk about that later. But this is the compost. I just use the composted cow manure. Okay, so I put this in each of the containers. Now I'm going to add my perlite. Normally I say perlite and vermiculite. Well, I'm going to tell you what. Vermiculite is for moisture retention. It also makes the soil light and fluffy, airy. And perlite is for drainage, and it also aerates the soil, make it light and fluffy and airy also, right? I feel like this soil already has enough like moisture retention. Just looking at it, you know, you can see. I should have a mask on. Okay. Just looking at it, you can see that it is good, moist soil. Hold up 1 second, y'all. Let's see. Okay, while I'm standing, let me go ahead and get the other. I have a little cart right here. With all my little stuff on it. My son asked me and his father. We have like a family group text. And he sent a text to me and Dad. He said, send me your Christmas list. Isn't that sweet? Send me your Christmas list. And I've been thinking, like, what do I want? My son wants a Christmas list of things that we make possible Christmas gifts. This is some fertilizer. Look, I like using this fertilizer because it has beneficial soil microbes and it has mycorrhizum. So we're all familiar with this, Dr. Earth. I think a lot of us use this. So I have some of that in there. I really want it for the beneficial soil microbes and the mycorrhiza. Okay, so some of that is in there. I also like to do another slow release fertilizer. That should be about a half cup, give or take. It's a slow release. Excuse me. But what I was saying is, my son asked us to send our Christmas list. And I'm thinking, see, I have this little cart here, and I use this cart for a lot of, it's helped me out. I have 2 of them actually. And I'm sorry. The dust from all of this is going, I'm breathing it in. Forgive me, guys. I may have to stop and get water. But I use this cart, but I've seen those little carts that, you know what I'm talking about. This is like a flat rolling cart, but they have a cart. I've seen people use those, and I want one of those. And I don't mean like the gorilla cart. I have the gardening cart. I have a wheelbarrow. I have that. But I want that little cart that you pull. You know, you can take it when you go on field trips. You know, I want one of those little carts. So I'm thinking of placing that on my Christmas list. Chris, if you're watching, Mama wants a cart for her garden. So that's going to go on the Christmas list. And my son, that's one of the things. So I have some ideas about what I want. So I will include that in the text. So I can get those things for Christmas. We always do that. We do that every year. It's like, okay, what do you want for Christmas? Because wouldn't you rather tell someone what you want? You just give them a list of possibilities and they can just choose from that list. You guys ought to try that. So you and your family can have like a little, you know, a way to, you know, you can get what you want for your garden. So tell your family, tell your friends, hey, I want this for my garden for Christmas. It'll be a great Christmas gift, you know? Isn't that a perfect idea, you guys? But guess what? So I'm mixing in the perlite, the fertilizers, okay? And then, I don't know. I said I want to keep the soil low, but I don't know. Is that too low? I think it'll be all right. It's good and deep. And look, there's no filler. This is filled all the way from the bottom to the level that you see here. No filler. I'm thinking if I leave the level low like this, put it here, this. If I keep the level low, it'll probably protect the neck of the garlic from being bent or knocked over in the wind and all of that. So I'll leave it like that. Now, bone meal, blood meal. I've already taken the garlic out of the solution that I was soaking it in. I've already taken it out. And it's sitting there over there on the napkin, waiting to be planted out. There. Okay. This back to the roots, bone meal and blood meal. I like that it has gypsum in it. For gypsum added for nutrient absorption. So that will help the, okay, help, that gypsum will help the plant absorb, the roots absorb the nutrients that's available in the soil. Just a little more. Trust me, I'm not overdoing it because I got little bitty hands. I'm not grabbing a lot. Okay, so. All right, so the soil has been amended. It has been prepared. I'm gonna go get my little rake. I love that little hand rake. All right, guys. And then we'll start planting. I might move the camera closer and point it down so you guys can see. I'll do that. All right. Okay. I wish I could find my small ruler instead of using this large one. I'm just going to try to make some little holes that's about they say 4 to 6 inches apart. You want the garlic bulbs or cloves, but I might do like 5 maybe, or whatever. That's why I like this little garden rake. All right, let's see. Like here, not too close to the edge either. Start there. And then another one here. And then another one here. And I think I can do one. Should I? Right there. I don't want to not use that spot. So I think you want to kind of, okay. So now that I've started, I can kind of use the hole that's next to it as a guide. I mean, yeah, across from it there. All right. And that may be too close to the edge there. Okay. And you want them about 2 inches down. Okay, let's get started. I'll go get the garlic. All right. So, this is the one I'm planting out first. Let's lay it here. All right. Sorry, I keep clearing my throat. When you plant out your garlic, you want root side down, that little pointed side up, and go about 2 inches deep. Okay. All right. I soaked all of them, but I'm going to tell you the God honest truth, I'm only going to use the ones that look like they're large enough, okay? Some of them, they're way too small, and I know nothing's going to become of them. So I'm trying to pick the best of the best, okay? I may plant those, but definitely I'm good with what we have here. This one, I may try to find a spot for this one. Okay, but these are kind of small. This one's a good one. Let's see, over here. All right, these are small. We'll see. I might plant this in another little container somewhere. All right, and then just kind of bury them. First round of garlic has been planted out. Now I feel so much better. Up. I'm not going to do away with these. I'm definitely going to find something to do with them. Let's just make sure they're completely covered. I'm not pressing too hard, but I am making sure it's all packed in. So I'm just going to leave this on top so I won't forget, because I will plant something and forget to label it. So what I've been doing is kind of just leaving the packaging right there next to it. So over in this large one over here, I kind of want to use this one for the elephant garlic. What do you think? Let me go get the elephant garlic. That's I think what I want to do. Use that for the elephant garlic. And because they're so much larger, they'll definitely be spaced. Okay. Yikes. Okay. Where's my ruler? Okay. I may have made too many holes. All right. Root side down, pointy side up. About 2 inches down. Here we go. Just enough holes. I did good. It's kind of important to remember that pointy side up thing, because if not, I don't think it's going to come up. And cover. I might need a little more soil to cover. I might sprinkle a little more soil or something over it. Let's see. Okay, but for the most part, we're done. So that's the elephant garlic in here. Like I said, I'm going to sprinkle it, make sure that it's completely covered. All right? So we have 2 varieties of garlic planted out. Okay, you guys, I'm finished with my garlic. These are the 2 whiskey barrel planters, where I have the Dugansky garlic in this one and elephant garlic in that one. Okay, I've already watered it in. And over here, off camera, I filled this 15-gallon grow bag with the purple glazer garlic. I like using the 15-gallon grow bags. They're just deep enough and they're wide enough. I prefer using them for my potatoes. Even I did spinach in a grow bag, a 15-gallon grow bag last year. I did my sweet potatoes in the 15-gallon grow bag, and I did great. My sweet potato harvest was really, really good. So I'm going to do my garlic this year in a grow bag to see how I like it. So that's the purple glazer. All right, I want to show you something else. In another 15-gallon grow bag over here, I dropped seeds for carrots. There's something special about these seeds. I'm going to show you in a second. But I just wanted to show you, I used the same method as I did with this other grow bag over here, where you cover the seeds with cardboard. You wet the soil, you water it in, then you cover it in cardboard and you weight it down with the bricks. You see I have the bricks on there. And that's to get the seeds to germinate. Once they germinate, you can remove the cardboard, but it takes maybe 2 weeks, maybe 14 days, and you just keep the soil evenly moist. You just give it a little spritz every other day to make sure that cardboard stays moist, and that cardboard is going to keep that soil locked in. I mean, the moisture, I'm sorry, the moisture locked in. Okay? And it's weighted down. And in a week or so, or 2 weeks, I will look under there and see if those seeds are actually germinating. If they're beginning to germinate and sprout, then you can remove the cardboard and just let it go. Okay? Now let me show you the seeds, okay? This is different. Now, I was looking at a video where this YouTuber was using pelleted carrot seeds. And she was ordering off, I think it's from Johnny Seeds. And I was going to do the same thing. I wanted to give the pelleted carrot seeds a try. But when I was in the store, I want to say I got these from Lowe's. I saw, if it's not Lowe's, then it's Home Depot. But these are coated. They're called So Easy by Ferry Morris. So Easy carrot seeds. It says easy to handle, easy to see. They're dyed red and they're pelleted or coated actually. But I have a feeling it's just that the coated, the pelleted seeds are just like this. Just makes them easier to handle and easier to see. So just imagine this flat black table here is the soil. Imagine these are carrot seeds. You know how tiny they are. This is how it was in the soil. Okay. The next time I drop more seeds, I'll actually show you. But I just wanted to give you an example. I was able, because they're large enough to handle and see, I was able to space them apart. Okay, so I don't have to just, you know how normally you sprinkle the carrot seeds on there and you go ahead and let them germinate, and then you come back after they've begun to sprout and you thin them out. With this, you don't have to do that. Because they're so large, you can space them apart. So I have two different varieties here. I have the rainbow carrots and I have the knots carrots. And that's what I sowed in that 15-gallon grow bag over there. So we're going to see how that works out. I have a feeling it's going to be good. I do have one more little thing to show you before I sign off. My onion sets. I have been growing these onion sets in this little seed tray. And it looks like they're going to turn out pretty good. I already have some that I probably could go ahead and remove from the tray. I'm kind of sad that I put them in this tray that's connected like this, because it'll probably be easier to remove them and plant them out if they weren't connected to the other ones. And not all of them have started to sprout, as you can see. But we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 of them are actually beginning to sprout. So, and I didn't want to disturb the other onions, but if they get big enough, I need to remove them from this tray and go ahead and plant them out. But you guys, I got a lot done today. I'm very pleased, very happy with what I was able to accomplish today. And look, I normally say if you can't do a lot, do a little. Today I did more than just a little. I think I did pretty good today. Just give you another look at those the garlic seeds that I did plant out. Give you another look at the So Easy carrot seeds that I planted out. Okay. All right, you guys. I thank you for tuning in today. I appreciate you. Thank you for sticking with me and sticking with my channel. As for the garden bed, I know I talked about the garden bed. I want to do a giveaway. Okay? I will be getting that together and posting the details about this garden bed giveaway. It'll be something I do maybe towards the end of November, and the giveaway will be in December. It'll be sort of like a Christmas present. And also, I am trying to grow my channel. Please like, subscribe, share the video so I can get to more subscribers. I would like to get to 1,000 subscribers. Okay, so I can only grow this channel with your help. So subscribe, you guys. Hit like, comment, share the videos if you're interested. You know, if you enjoy my channel. So, but I would like to do that garden bed giveaway. I'm talking about these beautiful garden beds right here. They're by Vajiga. I actually had a viewer ask me about these beds. And for that viewer who asked me, I did answer her in the comments, but to answer you right now on camera, they're by Vajiga. This one right here that she asked about, this blue one, is a 3.5 by 6.5. But this actual garden bed has 10 different configurations. I did talk about I wanted to do a garden bed giveaway. Okay? And I wanted you to see the garden beds I was referring to. Okay? So when I iron out the details, I will I'll post when I'll be doing my giveaway. But it'll be one of these beautiful beds by Vajiga. Okay? All right. So as the day draws to an end, look at that beautiful sky. You know I got to give you a sky shot. I love it. You know I love my beautiful sky shots. All right, you guys. Y'all have a blessed day. Thanks, guys.